Say the Victor. How's everybody doing today? Amazing, I hope. Today we're doing a deep dive into my Oden't Eye collection, seeing what I have, doing a look on our face so you can see how the products works, and a little bit of a talk about my experience purchasing from them and my little bit of knowledge on Oden't Eye. So if that is what you're into, you're in the right place. And you know what you need to do? You need to keep on watching. Okay, so it is Oden't Eye for this video. So this is number 2 in my series of some of my favorite brands. I call it a deep dive, but it's more of a deep dive into my collection. We will do a look, and then we can talk a little bit about the brand, what I like, if there's anything I dislike, and a little bit of information I have about them. There wasn't a lot that I found on Oden't Eye, but enough that we can chat and look through my collection. I'll post a picture that I took. It might also be part of the thumbnail. I have a whack stuff, and I've missed, I want to say, at least the last 3 releases, which I'm really sad about. Maybe I missed 4 of them, but for sure 3, because they hit my no-buy period. So here we are, and it makes me sad, but my pets come first. So glasses on, and let's have a chat regarding Oden't Eye. So again, I don't have a lot. They're a brand that's based in Sweden. Their makeup is made in China, but animal testing with China, which is coming to an end. If you don't sell it in the country, you just get it made there and send out. There's no testing that's needed. So there we go. Or you can fill out a special form, apply for some kind of dispensation. And then if you sell it in China, that you don't have to pay, you don't have to have it tested either. But I think it was supposed to be, I think this year, where it was all removed, but there we are. So again, they're based in Sweden. They're a cruelty-free makeup brand, and they have international shipping, which I like. And the shipping is not too bad. It's more the getting them to ship it out than the shipping time that it takes to get here. But that's okay. It happens if you're an indie brand, you know, in another country, and you're shipping to another country, and you have such amazing releases. It happens. So what can you say? So let's see here. Love from Oden't Eye. They say, never stop believing in fairy tales. Be your own fairy. Make your own fairy tale. Cruelty-free and powder products are vegan. Now, I do have a couple non-powder products, and I swear I remember looking at ingredients and not seeing anything that concerned me. So it could be the particular color or just something that I missed. But I'm going to say that literally 99.99% of what I have here is powder products. Oh, it's because their lipsticks contain beeswax. There we go. So I always look for carmine. I don't know if I remember seeing beeswax, or maybe, anywho, there we are. So their brand is inspired by Norse mythology and Odin, even though they spell it slightly differently because it's more common Odin, but they do Oden. I don't know if that's regional or if it's different dialects, but Odin is the main god and father of the other gods, and he gave up one of his eyes to gain knowledge of all things. So there we go. The majority of their releases have Norse mythology vibes, and I'm going to try and show my collection in the collections that I have from beginning to what I have at the end. And I think that's all that I got about Oden't Eye. So my experiences with Oden't Eye have been very good. I've only ever had, I think twice reached out to customer service. One was to know when an order was shipping, and they got back to me right away, and the order shipped literally the next day. And I ordered, which will be part of one of the releases, they had these different eyeliners, and then I ordered 2 different ones. One was the incorrect color. I just let them know. I just wanted to say, it's fine. I like the color. I'm not unhappy. But just maybe for your inventory purposes, I don't know. I just wanted to let you know that one of the colors I picked was not the one that I ordered, and they refunded me for it, which I thought was really, really nice. They did it right away. No, whatever. And I didn't ask for it. Like I said, I just wanted to let them know, having worked retail before and inventory and stuff being a big part of my job, I just like to let people know when something happens And in that case, I didn't expect anything, but they were nice enough to give me a refund, and I appreciated it. I thought that was really, really cool. So again, the 2 times that I've had to reach out to customer service, it's been fast, efficient, got it done. Did any of the products come broken? No, I've never had anything broken and had to be reshipped. No. So everything has been fine that way. Yes, I've only reached out to customer service twice. So what we're here for is to go through the collection, and then I thought I would do a look. The only thing I don't have is bronzer, which I just use a little bit on my chin, so you can't really quite see it, and a little bit on my cheekbones a bit, and base, brows, and then mascara later. So I just did kind of the base, got my lips ready with a mask, and then just thought we could play with some of these, maybe swatch a couple things, and then do a look. So I'm gonna start going through my collection. Now, the first collection or part of collection that I originally bought wasn't their first collection. I kind of went back and I bought something, or I got some things in mystery boxes, and I got one as a gift. So I'm just going to still try to do it via collection as I remember it. So we are going to start with what I have for the Soul Main 1 collection, which I believe is their first collection. And I have here this Oden's Eye palette. So this is their highlighter palette. I believe I have 2 different highlighter palettes from them. So this is the one from the Soul Main collection. And here we go. Has, of course, the cruelty-free bunny on the back. I really like these highlighters. These particular ones you can pop on your fingers. They're some of their ones that were in between. They weren't, if you got hard panned if you swatch them, and I heard that right away, so I've always been good for using a brush. So when I get to those, I will mention them, but I won't swatch them, but we might use them for a look, and then we can see them there. But as you can see, this is beautiful, nice and shiny. I can't remember what, I think a lot of people didn't like this palette. I mean, highlighters are always hard to swatch, but you can see we're getting some good shimmer, and I really like this one, or at least I for sure like the top 2. As you can see, some of the names are slowly wearing out there. This one's a little bit dark for me, but I do like it. And then this one is super shimmery here. I don't know why I haven't used this one. I'm usually like the whiter ones, but this champagne and this white one here I really like. Like I said, I'm the names of the shades I'm wearing out. So there we go. Also in this collection, there was a palette, and this is the Soul Main eyeshadow palette. And they have all the names of the shades on the back here. And here we go. I would have done a little bit more deep dive on a little bit more of the mythology, but I didn't want this to be a 1,000,000-hour video, especially with the fact that I have a lot of products. I did do one for the Norns collection. It's a way older video, so the quality might not be as good, but I did really, really talk about it way more in depth. So if I remember, I will pop it up on top there. But this is the eyeshadow palette here. This had come in a mystery box, but not my mystery box. So I did the first couple mystery boxes because they had mentioned, because at the time they didn't include the Norn, which was the newest one. Another one of the couple of releases I have here weren't out at the time, and I was just crossing my fingers that I would get something from this collection or from the second collection that I will show you. And I ended up the first mystery box getting exactly what I wanted with no duplicates. The second one, I got a duplicate, which I think I might have done in a giveaway. And then this one, a friend I got it in hers, Teresa Mulhern. She didn't like it because it was super neutral with only this pop of purple and this shimmery shade. I would like to, if money was no object, I would like to collect everything from Oden's Eye, and for my birthday she sent me this. So there we go. And here, because it is the only color shade in here, let's do the purple. And then this is, there we go. And this is the palette from the Soul Main collection. Now I can't remember if there was anything else in this collection or came out at the same time. If there was, I didn't get it, but I got the palette and the eyeshadow here. So this is from the Soul Main 1 collection. Okay, so from the second series that came out was the Alva collection. And after having a little meltdown, because I could have swore I had an eyeshadow from them, I guess I never got anything from the Alva collection except for the Fruit Blusher. And I only got one of them. I got it in Ripe Papaya. And I think at the same time, I want to say these liquid lips came out. Or one of them did. So I think they were releasing their liquid lip. So I have the Ripe Papaya lip here. And then I have the Fruit Blusher from Oden't Eye, and also Ripe Papaya, which I really, really like this one a lot. Again, I've wiped off, the whole imprint is missing, and there is that one there in Ripe Papaya. So yeah, I don't have a lot from the Alva 1 collection. I don't know why. I can't remember the palette. I could have swore I did. So unless I've lost it, this was all I got from the Alva 1 collection, and I might have maybe got them in a mystery box, and I'm not sure. I think if this came out at the same time. Oh right, so one is a what is this? A matte lip stain. Oh right, and then they released the Alva cream lip stain. So maybe that was it. It was blushers. Maybe it was blushers and the lipsticks. So then I also got Little Jasmine and Lady Camellias in the cream lip stains. So there we go. So from the Alva collection, I got 3 of the lip colors and 1 of the fruit blushers. And I know I bought the fruit blusher, and I know I bought one of these, but I might have gotten some of the lip creams in a mystery box. I can't remember anymore. When you buy so much crap, that's why you're on a no buy and why you can't remember. But I could have swear I had a palette, but we did not. So first collection was the Soul Main 1, then we've got the Alva collection, and then we have the Alva 2. And this was quite the collection. And over time, I got the majority of it. I had bought my very first purchase was the Mini Forest palette. When I saw this is what got me into Oden's Eye, and I think I might have remembered I might have only ordered 1 palette, and I think this was all I ordered at the time with my first order, and then I ordered some more on my second order, and I still love the Mini Forest palette. So this was one, there was a set, I want to say a set of 4 of the small ones, but I have 3 of them. And this was and always is my favorite, which is the Mini Forest. And it's probably because of this green. I love this kind of minty turquoisey green. So there is the Mini Forest palette. Also in that set was the Mini Ocean palette, which was, I think that I bought second time, I want to say, the Mini Ocean, or unless I bought the Forest and the Ocean, maybe I bought these 2 together. Maybe I did buy 2 together for shipping. And again, it's always these lighter matte shades that I really like of theirs. And then I like too that this is technically they're 5-pan palettes, but they always split the other one. So like a kind of a shimmer to go this way and a shimmer to go that way. So you kind of get an extra shade. And I really like this shimmery shade here, the blue one. Here, let me just grab it a little bit more. I have had these for quite a while, but they still feel lovely. And then the third one that I have in the set of the small ones is the Mini Sky, and this was one that I got in a mystery box, and I was very excited to get this in the mystery box. Look at this purpley shimmer. Let's just add that down there. There we can see how beautiful they are. Ooh, those would go nice together, hey? Alrighty, so that is the Mini Sky. And then there were 2 big palettes. We had another highlighter palette, so I have both of their big highlighter palettes, and this one I loved because it had a blue. Oh, now I've dug my finger in it. Okay, flatten that out. There we go. Is a blue highlighter, and I like crazy colorful highlighter, so there we go. And this one you can really see, because it's a colored one, how shiny it is. And again, they have a white one, a champagne-y one, and then they've got a super blingy one, which is really nice too. Since I have it on my finger, there we go. I really like their highlighters. Again, I've just heard that when I've seen declutters, that people seem to declutter the highlighters and keep the eyeshadows, but I enjoy them both, so there we are. If you were going to keep one out of the two, I would probably keep the Elva 2 one, because it has a blue highlighter in there. That's probably the only reason. And then the eyeshadow palette, and for the Elva 2, and it is this beautiful palette here. This one, maybe this is the one we're going to use today. I don't know. We got some more to go through, but look at this blue and this blue, like so gorgeous. So I'm running out of spots here. So let's do it here. There we go. Those beautiful blue shades here. So that is the Elva 2 collection. So I got a good chunk out of that collection. So I got 3 out of the, I want to say there was 4. I could be wrong, but 3 of the palettes there, and we've got the highlighter and the eyeshadow palette. So that was one of the ones that I bought more of the collection. Which one is this one? Okay, so the next collection that I got, oh, they did release a separate, I believe these were separate, where they're lipsticks. So they ended up making bullet lipsticks as well. So I've got 2 shades here. They're pretty, well, are they similar? One is a little bit more red and one is a little bit more muted. And again, this one is in a light peach. And then this one is in red cherry. The red cherry I remember buying, and I think I got the light peach in a mystery box. So there we go. And we got lipsticks. And then the next thing was, and this one was, I bought the whole collection that was at the time. And it is the Norns collection. So there were 3 of the 5-pan / 6-pan palettes. There was 3 highlighters, and then there was the big palette. So let's look at the highlighters first. Now these are the ones that I saw a review, and it might have been Angelica Nyquist, and she had said, it was her or, oh, I can't remember the other gal's name, but anyways, I watched both of theirs. That they said not to swatch these with your fingers because they hit hard pan, so I won't. So this is in Mesmerizer, and this is the purpley with golds. And then there was the one called, oh, they're all, okay, so they're the Mesmerizer highlighters. This one is in, oh, this was Veil of the Future. So this one was the one on 3 different goddesses in Norse mythology, that they were in control of 3 different things. This one again was the goddess of the future, and again that was the purples with the golds. This is the one where I did the longer video on. Then there was Web of Destiny, so this was the goddess, I guess, of your destiny, so your future. And this one is a pinky peach and gold. And then there was a Spring of Life, and that was this one here. And this was the beautiful one with the blues and silvers and a touch of gold. These also came with a scarf, and you could pick which one color, but I use it underneath my brushes and my lady heads as protector, so I didn't want to move all that. So I do have one of the scarves, and I got, I believe it was a scarf in another set, and I put it away to keep it safe, and I don't know where I did that, where I put that. So there's that. All right, so now I love the little palette, so let's go with the big palette. So anyways, this is the big palette. This is of course showing the 3 goddesses. And then this is this beautiful palette here. You tell, look, actually hit pan on it. I really do. I don't, because I don't have a lot of neutrally shimmer shades. So, oh, I don't think I did grab enough there. There we go. So it was this one here. So, oh, but now that I patted it down, it's okay. So I might have just maybe squished it with a brush. But anyways, there is this beautiful color story again too, with the kind of like the greens and the blues, a little bit of mauve. I really liked this red. This one really popped out to me. This, here, let's put that on that side, that shimmery red. I really liked that. So that is the Nord's the Big Eyeshadow Palette, and then we had the three little ones, and then again these were named after the three goddesses, and this one is okay, I think that one's my favorite. Okay, so this is the one called Verdande, which is this one here. And then this is the one that is, you would think it would be kind of blues and purples from the cover. It is not. It is the more neutral of them. It was funny. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get the whole collection because of this one palette, because like, oh, I don't know how much I'm going to use this one as much. But then I thought, well, I liked all the highlighters. I wanted the big eyeshadow. I liked two of the smaller ones. I'm like, in for a penny, in for a pound. Get the whole thing. And this is a very pretty one. This also has a nice brown. Here, let's put that near the other one. Oh yeah, this one's way more intense than the other one and warmer. So it's more of a cooler and that's more of a warmer brown. But I have used this one. I do like it. Here we go, kind of the oranges. Yeah. So, but like I said, that was the one where I was like, you know, maybe you can save a couple dollars because you may not use it as much. But again, I did in for a penny, in for a pound. Then we have the Schooled palette. So that's that one there. And this one is the super colorful one. I really, really do like this one. Blue, greens. This pink is really lovely. I didn't bring a cloth, so my fingers are starting to get a bit. But here we go. So that is the Schooled palette. And then the one that I liked the best, this is the Erd palette. And wait till you see this. And you'll see why I like it. It's got beautiful grungy greens, some shimmer, this beautiful, like I said, I really like their, well, this one faded away a bit, but they're lighter shades. So I really do like this. So this was my favorite, I think, of the whole collection, or maybe we'll use this one today. I'm not sure. So this is the Erd collection, or Erd collection, the Erd palette. So that is the collection, the Norn collection. So we had the big palette, the three little palettes, and the three highlighters. So it's like a little palette each and a highlighter each to go with the three goddesses. And then they had the big palette that is kind of to be all three of them. And yeah, so there we go. Alrighty, so the next thing that I have from them was, so there were a set of three, but I just got two out of the three, and then these was based on different animals, and then this was with Oden't from Onette's Makeup Corner. Oh, this might have been the person that mentioned the pan and the highlighter. I don't know why I can never remember Onette's Makeup Corner. Anyways, so we had the Giant Wolves palette, there was the Hummingbird palette, and I can't remember what the third one was. I always thought maybe at some point I'd go back to it, but I think it finally sold out because they weren't limited edition. So let's look at the Hummingbird one first. This one was with the Fancy Face, and I did watch her channel quite a bit. I watch a little less makeup channels now because I'm trying to stay away from temptation, but I really do like watching Tina from the Fancy Face. And this palette was a must-have for this color story here. Look how bright and beautiful this is. This purple is absolutely stunning. My swatches are crap, so please don't pay absolute attention to them. So there we go. And this was the brightest of the three. I think the third one was, I want to say, neutrals and reddish shades. Can't remember. But anyways, this was the Hummingbird palette from Tina of the Fancy Face. And this is, again, the one with Annette Obstrad, which is from the Annette's Makeup Corner. She lives in Vegas, and this is Giant Wolves. And this one, you'll see why I had to have this one. Look at that. Got some grungy realness there, and then a few pops of nice color. The silver is really gorgeous. This black is, which is called Annihilation, is very good. Let's pop that right there. So it's a really good black. Again, ignore my crappy swatches, but as you can see, it's a very good black. It does have a bit of fallout, so this is the one shade where I would say you need to be careful. I usually don't find a lot of fallout with Oden's Eye, but I do remember this black one being a bit fally outy, so we've got to be careful with that. So there we go. So there was that. And I can't remember what the other, I guess it was somebody maybe I didn't watch who did the third one, and that's why I cannot remember. And I'm old, I can't remember things. So those were those two palettes. And then the last collection I got, and I did want to be bad and buy it all, but I thought, no, don't be dumb. Just buy what you think you're going to need. And one of the things that came in there was the Oden's Eye mirror. And what I liked about this one is it has a close-up mirror in there. I always complain about mirrors, saying, why don't they have one with a close-up mirror? And then this one did one on each side. Though the only problem is it would be nice if it had like a little cap, so that way you don't blind people if you hold it up. But I do like it because it has a close-up mirror. So I was very excited with that. There they had highlighters and blushes. Now I swear I got 2 blushers and 1 highlighter, but I can only find 2. But these were the 2 blushes that I got were pretty close in color, so we're okay. So let's show those, and then we'll go on to the last pieces that I bought. So this was the one that I got that was in Peach Gleam. That's that one there. These are very, very pigmented, so you have to be very careful when you put them on because they definitely give you color payoff. And then the highlighter, and this one was in the shade Moon Talk, which of course I had to get because it was the one that had the green in there. I love me a green highlighter. Let's pop that right there. And then we've got a beautiful green highlighter. Yes, don't know where the other one is. It's gotta be somewhere in there. And then there was, they had a whole set of these eye pencils. I had heard mixed reviews about them, but I wanted to give them a try. So I got 2 of them. And of course, the other one that, this is where I said I had gotten the wrong shade. It was also a green shade, but it was a different green shade. But there were these liners. I like them. I'm glad I didn't buy a whole set because you have to be very careful. You have to roll it up just a teeny bit or they break. But other than that, if you're very careful and then they don't roll back down, that's the other problem. So you have to be very careful that you try not to bring up too much. This one I brought a little bit too much, so I'm just going to be very careful. And there's that one there. So only bring up a little bit at a time, and then they're fine. Then they don't break off. They're super nice and creamy. So other than that, but I think the fact that if they didn't twist back down and that they break off if they're a little bit too much, so you'd be constantly, because it's a softer formula, you probably use a lot more. So I think that might have been part of the problem. And then lastly was the palette, and it's the, oh yeah, and this was the Solmain 2 collection. I just went ahead without telling you what it was called. So the last collection that I bought from them was the Solmain 2 collection. And when I go to wash off before doing makeup, I'm gonna go see if I can find those other 2, because I swear I might even have had another highlighter, but we're gonna go check. So this is the Solmain 2. And wait till you see this color story. How gorgeous is this? Nice purples, the greens and blues. This is dark. Is this supposed to be? It's called Black Hole. This one isn't as black as the other black, but it is still quite nice. I really liked this peachy shade. Let's see if I can put it on a cleanish finger. Yeah, this one has you can tell I like this one. It has no imprint left on it. and it is this beautiful shade here. So there we go. That is what I think is my collection. If I do find, I swear I bought 2 highlighters and 2 blushes, or for sure 2 blushes, but we will go and check. But if not, we are on for our look. So hold on. Okay, I thought before I washed it off, quickly double check. Yes, it was 1 highlighter and it was 2 blushes that I picked up, and the other one I picked was Orange Sunny. And there's that. And again, I had said that they were very pigmented. They are. And then I'm going to I'm going to swatch the 2 together. So there we go. I couldn't pick which orangey shade I liked best, so I picked a darker one and a slightly more peachier one. All right, now we're on to the look. Alrighty, so I have primed my eyes, so I am ready for some eyeshadow. Today, as I'm filming this, it is Father's Day, so I will be going out with the parental units to, can you guess where? Yeah, you guessed it, the casino. My parents are obsessed with the casino. What can you do? Dinner in the casino is what they want to do. So there we are. And then my mom bankrolls us, so there we go, because I don't have enough money to, well, occasional lotto ticket, but not enough money to go and spend it at the casino on slot machines, but there we go. Alrighty, so for choices, we have, for blush, we have our ripe papaya from the Alba one. We've got these 2 peachy businesses from the Soul Mane 2 collection. From highlighters, we've got the 3 from the Norn collection, and we have 1 from Soul Mane and 1 from Alba 2. So we've got the Alba 2, and then we've got the Soul Mane highlighters. So we've got a whack of highlighters to choose. And then we've got some lippies, and then, oh, and then we also have this highlighter there if we end up doing a green look. But I think because I'm going out with my parents, and while I love my mother, she's a little judgy, I don't know if I'm going to put on green highlighter, but there we go. But I do want to play with these again, so I think we should do an eye look. So I was thinking maybe we can take 2 of my favorite palettes. So we can take the Mini Forest, and then we can also play with the Erd palette, because I think that has a beautiful green. So this way we can get something from Alba 2. We've got something from the, hold on here. Yeah, this is Alba 2. Yes, Alba 2 in the Norns collection. Woo, words are hard. Let's see, is there anything from the Soul Mane 2 collection? This doesn't really have any, well, it has a shimmery green in there. Or this is the Alba, ooh, the Alba 2 palette has some beautiful greens. So let's pop that into the pile. Let's see, we got a grungy green, I know, in the Giant Wolves. The Norn has a nice shimmer. So, okay, so I think what we're going to do is we are going to play with the Norns 2 palette, the Erd palette from the Norns collection. Yeah, so Alba 2, Norns, and this is also Alba 2. So I think we should play with these 3. But let's take one more look at Giant Wolves. Let's be indecisive here, because I think this might have a nice couple greens in here as well. Oh yeah, so this one has, if we want to do a grungier look or a slightly brighter look. So I'm gonna leave this one out as well, and then we can kind of pick what I want to play with. So I'm just gonna move a few things out of the way, because I've just decided to pile them all up here. Alrighty, so let's pick a green color story. Ooh, that's got a beautiful green shimmer. So we can, and then if I'm looking, if I do want to try the liners again, we have one that is a slightly brighter green, and we do have a slightly more muted green if we want to use those. I got with Erd, we've got some grungy. Got some really, oh, I don't know where to go. So should I do a bright green with blue or do a grungier eye? If I do a bright green, maybe. Okay, so we're going to whittle it down. We're going to go to the Alba 2, and we are going to play with this row here. And then we're going to go with the mini forest because I love this shade right here. And then if I want a light blending out shade, then we are going to go into the Erd palette for this beautiful green, which I think is what we're going to start with, I think. Hold on, let's open them all. You can see my cluttered brain in action. Okay, so we are going to, so we're going to take this lightest shade from the Erd palette. This one is called Memory, and we're going to use that as the blending shade and to kind of set our primer a little bit. So I'm going to take this nice floofy brush. This is from Sigma. It is the E40, and we're going to dig into Memory. And then, of course, we're going to use our Oden's Eye mirror, and then we're just going to go, and then we're going to first tap out the eye primer because in our chatting, it got a little bit creasy. Let's use this as a nice blending out shade because I really do like this shade. Very pretty. See, it gives you color payoff, but it's nice. There we go. So there we go. A little bit of set, a little bit something to blend into. Okay. So the next shade we are going to use is going to be the slightly darker shade. This one is called Green Tea. And that's that one here. And then this one is in the Alva 2 palette. And we're going to do that on the outer edge. And then I'm going to take a slightly denser brush. And then we're going to go into Green Tea. That shade there. And then we're going to do that on the outer edge. So it's kind of, ooh, that's, oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I think that one liner might go really good with this. And then I'm going to take that fluffy brush again. Oh, and this one was also a Sigma. This was the E70. So it's got a bit of an angle and it's soft, but and has some give, but it's not too floppy. Then I'm going to, if I can find it again. There it is. That's Sigma, the first Sigma brush, and then it's going to go and try to blend this up and bring this up a little bit. Like I said, it's Father's Day, so I don't want to do anything too crazy, but I do like me some color. I might. Right, I'm going to take a thinner brush, like an angledy brush. This is the Sigma E55. Then I'm going to go into, should I do the original shade? Let's start with the original shade to lay it out. So we're going to go back into Memory from the Erd palette. And then I'm going to do my little thing that I've been liking. It's following the shape of my eye to do kind of a bit of a wing, but not much of a wing. Right? Yeah. So then we're going to go back into Green Tea, and I'm going to use this same brush here. Again, there's a teeny bit of kick up when I use a I'll call it a sharper brush, but again, I can just pick it up, and then I'm going to go put along the wing that we made. I think the first palette I got, I think I started playing with Oden's Eye in either, I think it was late 2019 is when I ordered it, maybe like December or something. I don't know, it was late 2019, maybe even early 2020, but I think it was more like late 2019. All right, so there we go. I like that. And then now, I can put Erd away for now to make myself a little space. I'm gonna go into, where am I gonna go into? I like, because they're both similar, but one's a little bit more green. So there was this lighter shade here, but then I wanted to play with my forest palette. So I think I'm gonna use this one here, and I'm gonna do that. So it's indecisive today. So this is an AQA brush, or no, AOA brush. It's an F124. This is from that store that sells everything for $1 that everybody was into a while back. And they have some good stuff. Good stuff. I'm actually using one of their primers right now. Or maybe that was it. Maybe it's AOA? Is that what the star was called? I don't know. Being old, the first thing that goes is your memory. Okay, so let's do this here. One of these days, maybe I should do it right now. I always keep forgetting to take this because it's taped on, a little piece of plastic, so I just got to live with it. But then every time I go to use it, it's a little bit of a fight to try and get the color because you're having to move the plastic first. So there we go. Beautiful. Oh, and then this shade, did I forget to call it what it's called? Oh, I can't read that. It's so small. It's like 3 letters, 4 letters. I'll put it up on top. All right, yeah, I think that's the perfect combo. So I think I'm going to take a little bit more of that green. So that was the shade Green Tea. And then I'm gonna go and intensify that a little bit before we put on our shimmer. Just a little bit more. This is such a pretty color. And just blend it over to just slightly touch. Oh, you know what? I know what shimmer I'm gonna use now, I think. All right, it's kind of springy, right? We are in summer. Not spring, but we're in summer. So now I'm thinking, oh, so pretty. Okay, maybe we can use a little bit of this green shimmer on the green, kind of like in the middle, and then use a little bit yes, and then use a little bit of this blue on the front. Alrighty, so first up, we're gonna go into, what is this shade called? This is called Green Elves? Yes, so we're gonna go into Green Elves and we're gonna do a little bit of shimmer on the outer edge. I'm going to use this little brush that I used for the inner corner. I'm just gonna go clean that off a bit. And then we're gonna go into Green Elves. I didn't bring a spray. That's the one thing I did forget. But if I remember correctly, these go on really nicely without one. This is one of the other kind of redeeming things about, or redeeming, one of the things that I love about Oden's Eye. Nothing to redeem, they're awesome. So we're just gonna go like so, and then, like I said, we're gonna go, so that was Green Elves, and then we're gonna go into the shade here. Can I read it? I can't read any of these ones. You know what? Let's put some glasses on, right? We have them right here. All right, so Mint. All right, so Mint was the shade that I used in the front, and then Shine is the shimmer that we're gonna use on the front part there too. Over the shade Mint, we're gonna put on a little Shine. So I've cleaned off, because I've been liking this little brush here. It's an AOA brush, and then I'm gonna pop that here. There we go. Just sweet, light, pretty look. And the weather's kind of meh again today. It looked like the sun was gonna peek out, but not quite. So do I need anything more? Nope, I think we're good there. So I wanted to play with one of those liners again, so I thought we could use this lighter green, and we're gonna use that along the waterline. Again, I'm being very careful not to roll up too much. And then let's use this as the shade down here. There we go. See, like I said, as long as you don't roll these up too high, they go on really good. You roll them up, they will snap off. We don't want that because that's a waste of money and product. Yeah, so in some ways I kind of wish I got them all. And then in other ways I'm like, oh, it's kind of okay. They're a nice consistency, like they're not pokey. There we go, right? So this is a pretty liner. So just make sure you don't roll it up too high and then you're good to go. I can't remember what the longevity is, so if it's really crap, I'll put it in a pinned comment. Because I don't use these very much. I don't use a lot of eyeliner pencils, so I don't buy so many of them because I end up not using them. I use liquid liners more. All right, there we go. Now for our inner corner, I think we are going to do that because we're not going to wear the highlighter, but let's take a little bit of the highlighter that was Moon Talk, and we're going to use that for our inner corner of our eye. So we're going to go and swirl that about. These had nice little patterns in them. It's the other thing about more adventurous colored highlighters is that you have less places to wear them. Not that my work cares, but or I care what other people think, but anyways, here we are. So there, that's so pretty, right? Maybe a smidge more. Remember, all the different, I wish I could really show it here. Oh, maybe I can a little bit. Just turns all different great colors. Okay, so there we go. Inner corner is done. We'll worry about mascara later. So now we've got blush, highlighter, and lips to go. All right, so for blush, like I said, our choices are semi-limited because they don't have as many blushes. Like they don't have a blush palette. Do they have a blush palette? I don't think I remember having a blush palette. I don't think I did. So we've got these two peachy ones, and we have our Alba fruit blusher one. This one's really pretty. These are really pretty too, but I'm wondering how the peachy one maybe. Open says me. Open says me. Okay. So there's that one. Maybe. I'll say maybe to all of them because they're all nice, but. Okay, this one's a bit too dark for this look, I think. So I think we're gonna go with that. So let's go with the Ripe Papaya fruit blusher. And then I'm gonna take one of my favorites. So this is, what is this one? Called Contour Queen, but this is from Beauty Bay. It's one of their gold series. I just like this as a blush brush. So that we can do that. Ooh, I forgot they all go on very pigmented, but let's just place and then blend like crazy. So that is the fruit blusher. So that's the one thing with their blushers, they are definitely all super, super pigmented. So, but they do blend really nicely. There we go. And then for highlighter, we are gonna pick a highlighter. All right, which one are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What's gonna happen? So we used the Moon Talk one on the inner corner of our eye. So we can either, oops, that's an eyeshadow palette. That's not gonna help. All right, so we can use one of these. That one might work. Actually, the blue one could work. Use a more whiter one. Or we can, because I couldn't swatch any, let's use one of these ones here. The Norn collection. So this was the one that was more peachy, goldy. So that one might be an option. This is the one that has more purples. I don't think that one's going to be the option for today. And put this back. And then we have this one here, and this is the one that has the blues in there. So oh, that could work. Let's try this one. I know I said not to use green highlighter, and here we are using blue highlighter, but this is blue and silver. So again, let me just blur in there and that'll mix it up a bit. And yeah, so I never touched any of these with my finger, so they shouldn't have any hard pan. I don't see any hard pan. If you did touch them with your fingers and you got some hard pan, just take a piece of tape and then just kind of pat it on there, take the first layer off. And that generally gets rid of your hard pan. So I guess in a way I could have. See, this is so nice. They're just not glittery, but they're very shimmery. So There we go. So that was this Web of Destiny. Where did I put my glasses? This was, no, Spring of Life. So this was a Spring of Life. There we go. These are really nice. These are, they want to call them duochrome type. I don't know. I can't remember. They had a special name for them, but there we go. So I'm going to go put down my hair. I'm going to powder spray, and then we're going to come back and we can do our lips together and have some final thoughts. Okay, back in a sec. Okay, and there we go. Put on a little mascara, put on some earrings, brush down my bangs. They need a trim, hopefully next week. Now let's do lipsticks. So in the shades of lipstick, I have a reddish shade. I have a peachy shade if we want to do lipsticks. And then I have their matte formula in Ripe Papaya. So if we want to match our blush up a little bit. And then I had the two cream shades, so not as matte. So this was in Little Jasmine. Ooh, that might be nice. And then we had, and this was Lady Camellias. And this is a more, ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, maybe this one. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it. Why not? Oh, they smell so good. They smell like candy. They smell like the dip-ins or dip-its, sort of, where you stick the candy into the candy. Hi, honey. I am watching a lawyer at my office, his daughter's cat. Her name is Luna. I call her Squeaky as a nickname because she squeaks a little. She's a good girl, though. There we go. I'm able to cut my apartment in half and have my cats on one side and her on another. But she's occasionally escaped into their realm. Abby's given her a bit of what for, but there we are. Okay, so there it is. There is our look. Playing with Oden's Eye, and you can take a look through my collection, how some of the makeup works, and the little bit of knowledge that I had on Oden's Eye and my experience with them. Again, they're one of my favorite brands. I wish the last little while I could have bought some more, but we're financially where we are, and we've got a lot to play with, as you can tell, and I think this is cute for my Father's Day look. So that's it for me. So if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe even hit that notification bell. If not, that's okay. We can still be friends. We can look at various brands and my collections together. As always, behave, make good choices, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye.